In this video, I'm going to give you the proven steps to join the elite, the 1%, the wealthiest of the wealthiest people in America, while only starting with $100. If we haven't met already, my name is Anfernee, and I like to talk about all things money. And if you think you'll find any kind of value or entertainment in this video, go ahead and tap that like button for your boy. And to get back on track, when most 1%ers talk about how they were able to join the 1%, it often comes in the form that most people will strike up as lucky. People could say that Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and Warren Buffett got lucky, but I would definitely disagree with you there. There's a mindset and a structure involved to get into this level of wealth. And even if you don't have aspirations to be the richest person in the world, you can still use this same structure to become a millionaire while only starting with $100. And I'm going to break this video down into the three main ways that I'm using in my own personal life to hopefully be a part of the 1% one day. And before I get started, no, it doesn't involve Bitcoin. Well, not entirely. And before we get into the first way that you can go about joining the 1% with only $100, I want to say that there's a few different definitions of what the 1% are. Some people, in the most common definition, will probably go by net worth, meaning that once your net worth meets a certain threshold, then you will be officially a part of the 1%. And for the United States of America, this is a net worth exceeding $4.4 million. However, I have a slightly different definition of what the 1% means to me. To me, being a part of the 1% means that I have enough money coming in from passive sources that I don't have to actively work for money, meaning that I don't have to have a W-2 job to make an income. I don't have to pay out a ton of money to Uncle Sam in income taxes because I will be generating income from slightly different sources. So a lot of the tips that I'm going to talk about in this video are going to be focused around creating passive income for yourself. And the very first tip or way you can do that is by investing in yourself. Now, I know that this is not a direct investment strategy. However, I believe that investing in yourself will give you the most return on your money than any other investment strategy that you can think of. You can get returns much higher than the stock market, bonds, CDs, even Bitcoin. And this is because of one main reason. When you invest in yourself, whether it's buying knowledge, buying books, buying skills, or overall just trying to make yourself a more efficient person, you are directly increasing your value to the world. And by doing that, you are adding more value to your time. And the more valuable your time is, the more people are willing to pay for your time. And the great thing about investing in yourself is that you have so many ways to do it, especially for under $100. I like to relate a lot of things back to YouTube because that is my main business right now. And the way that you can invest in yourself for YouTube to be a part of the 1% is by buying tools or courses to help you be as efficient as possible as a YouTuber. When I first got started on YouTube about a year ago, March 2020 to be exact, one of the first things that I did before I even uploaded a video was buy a YouTube strategy course from the popular YouTuber Graham Stephan. And honestly, even though a lot of the information was available for the internet for free, I got a lot of value out of the course. And even more than that, I got a lot of motivation out of the course because I had already spent $200 to $300 on the course. So I was even more motivated to make this money back on YouTube. But I'm definitely not trying to sell you a course here. One of the other ways that you can invest in yourself is by buying books that teach you more about the specific niche or the specific way that you want to make passive income. Especially if you want to make passive income from starting a business, there are a ton of books and resources that you can read that can help you reach your goals for well below $100. And I think the best thing about investing in yourself first is that you don't really have an earning limit on how much return you can get on that investment. And with that return tends to get exponentially higher as you continue on your goals for your business, meaning that in your first year you may not get a lot of traction, and even in your second or third year, but once you do start to get steady traction, what tends to happen is that you start to get a compounded effect until you get some exponential increase in growth, and your returns from that initial $100 investment are well beyond what your mind can even imagine. However, there are a lot of people that aren't as entrepreneurial as other people are, and they want to keep their jobs but also work towards being part of the 1% at the same time. And for a person who's like this, I would definitely recommend this second strategy. So the second way that you can use $100 to be a part of the 1% or work towards being a part of the 1% is by creating a strong investment portfolio that generates passive income. Now, obviously, $100 won't get you all of the way to the 1%. Probably won't even get you 1% of the way. However, by starting an investment portfolio that generates passive income early, and if you add to it consistently, you will also get that compounded effect that I talked about with the first strategy. And the thing with starting an investment portfolio is that there's not one single best way that you can go about generating passive income. You have so many options just like you do when you're planning to invest in yourself. But here are some of the ways that I utilize an investment portfolio for passive income. And the very first way that I utilize an investment portfolio, and this holds 90% of my investments, are through ETFs and mutual funds. Now, what I like to do is buy low-cost index funds that track the overall economy, so I don't have to worry about whether an individual stock would go up or go down, because if I believe that the overall economy will do well in the long run, then my portfolio itself would do well in the long run because it tracks the economy. And the best part about this is that with most funds, you can get started with as little as $1. $1. And I believe that if you do this with just $100, it's all about sparking that initial fire with investing, learning that your money can actually work for you and not just be used as fun coupons to go get stuff from the nearest Walmart. So index funds are definitely my top option when I'm doing an investment portfolio, but some of the other ways you can utilize an investment portfolio is through dividend stocks, which are just individual stocks that pay you a dividend on a quarterly or a monthly basis. You can also utilize REITs, and the reason why REITs are really cool is because it gives you exposure to the real estate market without actually having to go out and buy an entire rental property. And REITs are required by law to have some of the highest dividend payouts on the market. So if you have enough REITs, you could honestly live just on the dividend income from that investment. However, it will take a lot of money to do this. Another option that you can utilize is peer-to-peer lending, where you go on lending websites and lend your money to another peer who needs a loan, and they pay you back in monthly or quarterly installments for a fixed interest rate. And the list goes on and on with the different investments that you can pursue. And my one word of caution around all of this is that find a sector in which you understand and a sector in which you are passionate about pursuing more information about, so that when you get started, you are investing in something that you fully understand. For me personally, I fully understand the concept around index fund investing. I know that passively managed index funds tend to outperform actively managed hedge funds on a year-over-year basis for almost every single year. And because of this, I have a lot of confidence in putting my money into index funds because I understand the ins and outs of it. I currently don't have any money in peer-to-peer lending because, for one, I don't like having my money that illiquid, and for two, I don't fully understand the processes that go behind it. I'm sure if I did want to put some money into it, I could go and do that. However, at this point, I'm only investing in what I understand, and I recommend you do that as well, even if you're only starting out with $100. And the third way I want to discuss on how you can join the 1% with only $100 is by actually paying down your high interest debt. Now, once again, you won't get here with your first $100 or even your second or third or fourth or maybe 10th $100, but the concept behind this is that you start to build a habit in paying back your debt. So essentially, you are spending less money in interest every single month and every single year. Paying off debt, if you haven't heard of it, is a big part of the financial freedom journey. And being financially free of the burdens of worrying about money, is a characteristic of almost every person in the 1%, unless they have expensive mortgages or overly leveraged in debt or anything like that. But the concept here is that the more money that you can save each month, the less money that you will need from your business or from your investments to cover your expenses and then be a part of the 1%. So there's a lot of ways that you can go about this. And I believe that Dave Ramsey is one of the best teachers in terms of paying back debt. Even though I tend to not agree with a lot of his investment choices, I do agree a lot with how he structures with paying back debt. So essentially, there's two methods that you can pursue. You can either pursue a strategy called the snowball method, or you can pursue a strategy called the avalanche method. So with the snowball method, basically what you're trying to do is pay back your smallest balance first, regardless of the interest rate, and then working towards the larger loans. So if you have debt of $100, $1,000, and $10,000, you would start off by paying your $100 debt off first, then using that money and plus any extra money that you have to work towards paying back that $1,000 debt. Then once you pay that off, you work towards a $10,000 debt. Now in contrast, the avalanche method says you should pay back the highest debt first and then work your way down. So you should pay back the $10,000 one, then the $1,000 one, and then the $100 one. But the method I chose to pursue when I paid off all of my debt in about a month was a mixture between the two. So when I went about paying back my debt, I focused a lot on interest rate. What I would do is pay back the debt with the highest interest rate first, and then focus on the next one with the next highest interest rate. In my mind, this will allow me to eliminate as much interest as possible in the quickest amount of time as possible. So just like with any of these other methods, it's all about building a habit. It's all about finding ways that work for you in order to either increase your income or decrease your expenses so that you can create passive income and that you can be a part of the 1% as quickly as possible. But at the end of the day, whether you're looking to start your own business, create an investment portfolio, or pay back debt, if you really and truly want to be a part of the 1%, you just have to pick something that allows you to stay on that road and be consistent with it. And the beauty of it is that you don't have to do just one. With the internet now, you are literally connected to every single person in the world with a touch of a button. And you can use that accessibility with the world to generate massive sums of money if you stick with it long enough. So start that business and whatever you want to do. Start that YouTube channel, as 2021 is definitely not too late to start it, especially if you're looking back in 2026. And use less money on eating out or buying expensive coffees to pay back some of that debt so you can keep more money in your pocket in the long run. However, I am not the one to tell you how to use your money. I'm just giving you a guide on how I plan to live my life in order to hopefully be a part of the 1% one day in the future. But if you like this video, do me a favor and tap that like button for your boy, and also hit that subscribe button while you're down there, as that big red subscribe button doesn't look all that good, and it will look a lot better if you turned it gray. And if you want a more guaranteed return on your $100, a great way to get a good return on that money is signing up to WeBull. Use the link in the description below, where if you sign up to WeBull and deposit $100, you will get a guaranteed guaranteed 2 free stocks, with them valued between about $1,200 and $1,400. However, I do hope you did find value in this video, and maybe I sparked a little bit of inspiration in just one person. But with all that being said, I hope you have a really amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.